Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have another book review and another series, the Powerless series. A lot to say about this series. I loved it, first of all. It was so good. Like, no notes. There's a lot of controversy with this one because some people love it, some people don't. I don't get the hate. I understand the love. It was so good. So, number one. We will start off with Powerless. So good. Every free chance I had to pick it up. I love the romance and the battles being had, struggles between body, mind, and soul. It was amazing. The twist at the end really hurt my heart. I need to know what happens next. I know what I want, and I'm worried it won't happen. Because I want two characters to get together, and at this point I was worried they won't get together. Then, yeah, the ending really hurt. Something happens. I would just say, like, it's the perfect, like, enemies to somewhat lover story, but then also you get a bunch of heartbreak in there, and what's right versus wrong, and just growth. There's a lot of growth for the characters, all of them, honestly, because they all have to go on these journeys, and then one girl is literally just proving herself. Peyton has to prove herself in order to be seen as normal to the elites. And then the end, of course, is just really heartbreaking. The ending is so much heartbreak for Peyton, and we kind of see a break in the enemies to lovers, going back towards enemies at this point, because she takes the revenge and learns a bunch of new information regarding Kai, which unfortunately brings a lot of feelings of regret and hatred as well as still love into the technically second book, which is Reckless. But before we get into that, this is book 1.5 technically, Powerful, which follows Adina's story. And Adina is Peyton's best friend. They met in Loot and grew up together in Loot and survived basically the lowest of lows of poverty. Basically, they were homeless and created their own home on the streets and had to steal for themselves. So I gave this one a 4.5 out of 5. If I didn't say it before, I gave Powerless a 5 out of 5. So Powerful is a 4.5 out of 5. It's a beautiful little story. I hate that Adina's story is over and had to end the way it did. She just began to fall in love, but I know it's important to the storyline, but it was also very sad. However, hearing Adina's story, I was like, okay, we'll bring in all these characters. The character reference that Adina falls in love with was only mentioned once in the third book. So it's like, I liked it. It was a cute little story, and you got to see more about Adina and how she felt about Peyton and during the whole trials. However, was it needed? Half and half on that. So now we'll get into Reckless, which is considered the second book. I gave it a 5 out of 5. My heart couldn't handle all the twists and turns, but you feel all the love and pain as it comes, and at once. You feel what these characters are feeling. The ending had me so shocked. My mouth was wide open. Like, you could have never seen it coming. And I'm just going to say it because I've never, like, spoiled anything, but I think this is needed. Kai and Peyton then are left to figure out if they can still be together because now she is betrothed to his brother. It made me eager and sad at the same time to read the final book. I hope it ends how I want it to. Enemies to lovers to enemies to lovers again? Perhaps? Or question mark? What's next? Because in book 1 they went enemies to lovers to enemies. So book 2 they start as enemies again and turn into lovers again. But the book took them through this whole journey. They were like trying to run away from each other. Kai and Peyton had their first kiss. And then slowly they realized that they love each other more than they hate each other. And it was inevitable. They couldn't stop it from happening anymore. And then we get into the third/fourth and final book. I didn't read Fearful because after reading Powerful and it wasn't as like necessary for me, I just went straight and ended at Fearless, which is the biggest book for reasons. I also gave this one a 5 out of 5, so overall the series is a 5 out of 5 altogether, but I would say Fearless is like, you get the happy ending, however, it took a long time to get there throughout the book. 5 out of 5. I was at a loss for words. I'm not sure how a book made me feel so much. Felt anger, love, and sadness. The last 30 pages alone were like a knife to my chest and healing all at once. This series is truly so well written. I loved it. Forbidden and hopeless love. I really don't know what to say. The twists and turns in the book and the ending, ... is what I wrote after finishing this book. And it's true because Peyton is now betrothed to the new king, and who is also Kai's brother, but she is in love with Kai. She is not in love with the king. And you can't keep them apart. So they're still sneaking around. Then something happens to the king, and it ends how you want it to. And also, I recommend the series. There is a lot of hate because I'm not actually sure why. I think people think it's super repetitive, which I can see. However, I think it's a cute little love story. Like, it is considered young adult as well as being fantasy, but I think it's great. It's an easy read, got through it so fast, and it was great. So yeah, I recommend. It's a 5 out of 5 for me.